Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of our house renovation project. So in the last episode we recreated the complete foundation on the new floor slab below the wall. So now the wall is standing on its own foundation again. This means we can remove the supports and then we can start building the next part of the floor slab. So this means now preparation. In the last few weeks we excavated all the earth out of this area, and today we will fill it up with some gravel again, and we will take care about the next part of the floor slab, which will have a little more interesting shape, I would say. So I would say I will not talk so much. I would say have fun and enjoy the video. But as always, first things first, so I was not completely finished in the last video with this part of the wall. You can see there simply put there some bricks in some random order there to close the gap. They opened, I would say at that time they installed this drain pipe. So the rest of the drain pipe you can see there in the wall. I will remove this later on. This was the main pipe for the wastewater from the house. Now more or less, if you watched some of my older videos, I do the same like every time. So the first layer would be the geotextile, which is used that the gravel will not mix up itself with the earth below, so that it will stay in place in order to keep the capillary effect for which this gravel is meant at the end. Then in the meantime I do have to do some work in my future utility room. Some of my electrical installation needs to be, I would say, tidy up a little bit, and so I take care here of some I would say important stuff. So this is the potential equalization of the house later on for the electrical installation. So the metal strap you can see here on the wall, which I'm just working on, is spread over the whole building. So in every piece of the floor slab it is connected. And here we can use it then later on to connect the protective conductors from the electrical installation. So then you have the potential equalization of the house, and all the security stuff according to the electricity will then, I would say, hopefully work fine. And then I had a small fight with the basement of the wall. I was then, you see now, the last fuge is ready. So there is a expanding mortar installed. And first I did this too thick. So on the here left side it was too thick, and this mortar is really expensive. And then I tried to improve myself. And on the now right side I tried to make it a little less thick. But then I had some other problems because it is then really hard to get the mortar below the wall. So then I need really to fight against. But anyway, now I'm ready with this part. The mortar is installed or is in place, and I can move forward with the next working package. And because the mortar is now hard, I can remove the supports in the next place. But in general, yesterday was definitely not a good day. We also planned to close the gaps in the fieldstone building and wanted to paint it black with bitumen for the later on water protection of the new floor slab. But then we found out that there are more or less no mortar between the fieldstones, and this was something from the past. So in these old buildings, they sometimes only laid one layer of fieldstone over the next one without any mortar at all. And now we have the issue here in the in the basement that there are two big gaps between the field stones, and then you cannot work with this black bitumen paint. So this means we need to take care a little more about the gaps. But then we had another little issue. You can see it here. During the work on the fieldstone wall, we accidentally created a more or less big hole in the wall, because there was something, some of the stones were only some small plates, not a complete fieldstone, and we removed it, and then the rest simply falls down, and yeah, so we have another problem, but this we will then solve later on. First we will take care about the floor slab. We can then simply put the new concrete inside the fieldstone, and then later on we can build it up again. Same here, you can see now the drain pipe is away, and this will also then be closed simply with the concrete. So these are more or less the normal, really time-consuming surprises you will have. So this took a complete day for everything to prepare it for the next steps. Yeah, in order to have the new concrete floor slab properly connected to the outside wall, we will drill some holes in the fieldstones and install some metal rods, and then you have some anchor for the new floor slab. Yeah, so, but this we can do next. First I will take care about the gravel to put it here, so I will remove the supports and then install the gravel. To transport the gravel into the house is definitely a much more relaxing work. Yeah, with a mini excavator and the track dumper, as always, this is not so hard to manage. But you can see the pile of gravel is getting much smaller on the outside, and I really need to calculate if I have enough for this part of the building to spread the gravel everywhere. Yeah. As always, the layer of gravel is about 25 to 30 centimeters in thickness. This is the minimum to have this capillary effect, or to remove this capillary effect from everything, because this is the purpose of the gravel in that case. And as you see, I simply also put the gravel into this big hole in the fieldstone wall, because we also will simply install or put the concrete of the floor slab directly into it. It doesn't matter in that case. Yeah, and this was it with the gravel of today. Everything I had is now inside the building, and yeah, I'm really satisfied. As you can see, it's a definitely clean look, so the wall is still standing even without any support. But as I said, it was not enough gravel, so there are some parts which are still missing. Along the wall I intentionally did a little less gravel because we need to install the metal rods later on, and this is definitely easier if you have a little more space to work. Yeah? And here you also see there is still something missing. But as you can see, the main part is done, and this was about approximately 3 to 4 tons of gravel again. And there is something I'm now proud of, which I want to show you, and this is my yard. It's the first time since months we have no gravel here laying on the yard. Yeah. And I'm really proud of this because this is definitely first time since months I saw this piece of yard again. Normally this is always below some gravel. And I think I should use this opportunity to tidy up here this place a little bit with my mini excavator, because now I can reach it, and this definitely needs to be there needs to be put a little more effort. Always when the gravel is on the yard, it's not so nice to get there, and I think in the next video I will use my mini excavator to tidy up this corner. So normally if you're working with the mini excavator and try to excavate gravel into, in my example, the track dumper, it is quite ineffective if you really try to use a complete gravel. Yeah? It is the last few kilograms which are still left always takes a lot of time, and at the end you simply do this with a shovel because it's much faster and easier than with the mini excavator. But this time I really wanted to have a clean yard, and this is why I did this, even if it is really ineffective. But you can see here now the wall. This all looks really clean, no supports. Now here the electrical stuff is done, and the mortar is between the basement and the wall again. Yeah, okay, this small gap here, but this I can then take care later on. Here this wall is also still standing without any consequences, and this means now we can working on here in that place. So this bitumen stuff to get this on the wall, also the metal rods needs to be installed, and yeah, then it's looking quite good for the next part of the floor slab. So I'm really satisfied. That day was really effective. Yeah, and unfortunately I have no video footage of this part of the work. So here you can see the bitumen on the wall, and you can also see there are some red dots, and these these are the markings for the holes in the fieldstones, where we can then install the metal rods, which are then used as some kind of anchor for the new floor slab, yeah, to have a real good connection between the floor slab and the fieldstones on the outside. And yeah, these are the, I would say, preparations for the outside wall. So then we have some other parts still left, or something is still to do. But at that point I can give you a little overview about the work we did in the last days. So first here I'm talking about the issues we had with the preparation of the outside wall, but now we can take a little more closer look about the outcome. So this is what I just explained you a few minutes ago. So here we can see the metal rods. Now they are properly installed. So with some special glue, so we drilled the holes, then we put there some special glue inside the holes, and then we put there the metal rods, and there are, I would say, hard as hell, so no possibility to get them ever out of this wall again. But this is the best anchor for the new floor slab. Also here this hole, what I explained, this was then simply closed during the installation. So this here was a little special above the door. So there are some, I would more or less say, a half a ton of concrete above the door, which I then have to remove. And this is quite annoying work if you're standing on a ladder with a heavy machine and need to remove the concrete. This was not so nice. So much stuff again, which needs to be then transported out of the building. You also see there are some supports left, which then needs to be replaced to some other parts. And here there is a ramp I used to drive in and out, and I also, in order to build the next part, this needs to be removed. And together with some other working packages, this should be the complete preparation for the next part of the new floor slab. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and that was it for today with, I would say, the first part of the preparation for the next floor slab. I say the first part because definitely in the next video we will have some more work to do. There are some more corners which need some preparation before we can finally build the floor slab. So I would say thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you had fun. I know I did. And then we will see us hopefully in the next video. Bye bye, everybody.